all right. Good evening, everyone representing USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka the Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, essential worker, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking with the 177th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. And we got a jam-packing show for you today, full of serious and funny topics to go through. We're live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and alongside with the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And if you have any comments about any topic that's going to be discussed today, just drop it in the comment section and I will acknowledge that and I'll give y'all a shout out. And speaking of shout outs, if you missed any previous episodes, whether it's new or the latest previous episodes, don't worry. I got your back. Everything is all there on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Be sure you tap that subscribe button and do the same with the notification bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, along with the time of the recording of when it's going to start. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes. More for your content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, don't forget to spread the word to everybody. Tell a friend to another friend, and I will go over the audio streaming platforms where you can listen to the New York episodes on every streaming platform at the end of the show. All right. Now I'm about to cut to the chase with a little thing what I like to call the New York Mass Transit Files. Let's do this. All right. So first off, we have Uptown shrunk. City plans to cut 181st Street busway hours. Second rollback on the Mayor Adams. Well, let's get into it. The city plans to scale back the 181st Street busway in Washington Heights by 2 hours. The second bus priority corridor schedule officials decided to cut under the Mayor Eric Adams administration. Department of Transportation reps told local community groups in a June 23rd presentation of their intention to shorten the busway's active hours to 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. instead of ending at 10 p.m., citing community feedback while moving ahead to make the pilot project permanent. The four-block busway between Amsterdam Avenue and Broadway bans car through traffic during those hours 7 days a week to speed up buses and make it easier for delivery trucks to access the stretch. Drivers can still access every block for drop-offs or short-term parking, but they must make the next right turn off the busway. The project consistently sped up travel times for bus commuters who told DOT they felt service was faster and more reliable and that the street felt safer since the changes took effect more than a year ago. But area business owners were worried about lost parking and safety in the later hours, while also bringing up issues to local officials seemingly unrelated to the red painted lanes. The proposed cuts are not yet finalized, and DOT will have more to share on the Busways permanent form shortly, according to the agency. This is the second time the city has moved to reduce a busway's operating hour after it transitioned out of its testing phase and amid opposition from businesses. The DOT nearly cut in half the scheduled times of the Main Street busway in Flushing, Queens from 24 hours a day to just 13 hours between 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Hmm. Earlier this month. Okay. The most recently launched busways on Archer Avenue and Jamaica Avenue in Jamaica, Queens could get axed if the two council members representing the area get their way, among them the council's transportation committee chairperson Selvina Brooks Powers. NIMBYs shouldn't have to veto over any part of bus priority infrastructure, no matter the time or day of week, said Danny Pearlstein of the Transit Advocacy Group Riders Alliance. The mayor should stick to his guns, despite busways repeatedly proven effective by speeding up New York City's notoriously sluggish buses. The dedicated lanes have faced red hot opposition from local piles, business groups, and neighborhood groups. The 14th Street Busway in Manhattan and the Flushing Busway were both delayed by lawsuits. The former, along with the fairly less controversial J Street Busway in downtown Brooklyn, became permanent without changes under former Mayor Bill de Blasio. However, the ex-mayor backed off of a full-scale busway on Fifth Avenue when well-heeled businesses along the ritzy Midtown thoroughfare kicked up a fuss last year. The Fifth Avenue project has been stuck in neutral ever since, and Mayor Adams didn't even include it in his 20 miles of roadways set to get bus lane improvements this year. In the Heights, the 181st Street busway rolled out in April 2021, aiming to speed up trips for some 68,000 average weekday riders across the five MTA bus lines. Bus passengers make up 62 to 70% of roadways users on 181st Street and 69% of Washington Heights and Inwood residents don't have access to a car, according to DOT. Travel speeds average at a snail's pace of 3.7 miles per hour pre-busway, but increased across all routes up to 32% during the rush hour peaks, especially heading west coming from the Bronx. Bus service also felt more frequent, more for 57%, and faster for 60% of the roughly 200 bus riders DOT surveyed across four days along the stretch a year into its launch. Only 2% of the respondents said they used a car as their typical mode of transportation compared to 69% taking the bus, 16% the subway, and 11 who mostly walked. The 181st Street corridor felt safer to cross as well for 55% of pedestrians overall and 54% of seniors and people with disabilities. DOT went out to field concerns from local businesses a month later on May 17th, flanked by the Washington Heights Business Improvement District and staffers from local council member Carmen De La Rosa's office. During that outreach session, the agency reported customers being confused about busway regulations and afraid of getting tickets. They also heard issues not obviously connected to the busway, such as safety and quality of life concerns in the evening, street vending, and disruptions caused by Con Edison work. The agency Presentation does not provide hard data on these issues as it did with rider feedback. The Washington Heights bid and council member De La Rosa did not respond to requests for comment by press time. In addition to being an area heavily reliant on mass transit, the five bus lines along 181st Street serves overwhelmingly blue collar neighborhoods, uptown and in the Bronx, with a high concentration of frontline jobs. Those essential workers travel to places like um, New York Presbyterian Columbia University Hospital, and Pearlstein of Writers Alliance said their need to get around quickly doesn't stop after 8 p.m. We don't want those people delayed. We want to honor them and thank them for their amazing service, especially in the slandemic, Pearlstein said. A spokesperson for the mayor's office said City Hall was evaluating the busway and Adams was committed to expanding the city's network of bus projects. Major Adams, Mayor Adams has put forward the most ambitious plan in the city's history to speed up our buses, including a commitment to deliver the 150 miles of new and enhanced bus lanes and busways, and a critical partnership with the MTA to deliver the efficient and reliable service New Yorkers deserve. We are proud to be moving in the direction of making more piloted busways permanent, said Charles Lutvak in a statement. The administration is evaluating our options for the 181st Street busway in close coordination with the community, and we will always listen to communities to provide the transportation options that fit their needs, the spokesperson added. Hmm. All right. There's another story. Okay. In other transit news, I forgot to remove that. Um, all right. All right. In other transit news, um, of course, ask the MTA reducing fare and installing air conditioning. Hmm. So, so the question was, someone asked, can the MTA reduce the fare below $2.75 based upon the service customers are receiving? I understand the agency is financially strapped, but can the fare be reduced for those who are low income and struggling during these difficult economic times? Athena C. from Harlem. So there's a city-run program that provides this discounted Metro cards to low-income New Yorkers called Fair Fares. Many people who are eligible for the benefit don't know the program exists. We're trying to change that by working with the mayor's team at City Hall to double enrollment in the next year with the robust marketing and outreach. The MTA also operates a reduced fare MetroCard program for riders who are 65 or older or have a qualifying disability. The discounted rate is half the base fare, so $1.35 for subways and local buses. Applying for the program is free, and you can complete the process online by mail or in person at the customer service center or at a MetroCard van. Photo ID is required for verification. We have forms and assistance available if needed. Of course, you can learn more at the website new.mta.info/fares reduced fare. Um, and this person asked, when will the MTA install air conditioning in subway stations? The heat at some of these stations while waiting for the train is absolutely ridiculous. We all know August temperatures can be brutal, and the heat customers feel outside has a direct impact on our stations below, which transfer air through what's known as a push pull piston system. As trains enter a station, existing air is pushed out of ventilation grates at street level. And when a train leaves a station, air is pulled in from the outside through those same grates. Given that exposure, outside fresh air cooling in stations isn't an efficient solution. Fortunately, that's not the case on board trains, where powerful AC units have 99% reliability rate. Yeah, of course, of course, you have any questions, you could hold on a minute. You can send the questions to askthemta.amny.com. That's askthemta at amny.com. So there you go, right there. All right, now we go to chatting all the jazz right here. Let's just do this right here. Okay, the first story. Um, all right, the first story has to. All right, we're gonna do. All right, some more issues about congestion pricing. Yeah, let's do that one because this is kind of serious right now. Okay, more congestion pricing issues. All right, wait a second. Wait a minute here. Actually, I'll get back to. Hold on, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Sorry, folks. Okay, more congestion pricing issues. Yeah, I did talk about this not too long ago, and this is pretty. It's pretty bad actually. So, all right. So more congestion pricing issues. All right. 6 days ago. So we got more. We got more to talk about here. All right. So here we go. Okay. So New York City could introduce a traffic congestion charge of up to $23 a day late next year, which a study released on Wednesday projected would reduce the number of cars entering Manhattan by 15 to 20%. The city wants to charge a daily variable toll for vehicles entering or remaining within the central business district defined as between 60th Street in Midtown Manhattan and Battery Park on Manhattan's southern tip. New York, which has the most congested U.S. traffic, would become the first major U.S. city to follow London, which began a similar charge in 2003. New York lawmakers approved the plan in 2019, and it was originally projected to start in 2021. But the federal government, under former President Donald Trump, did not make any action. Yeah. The Federal Highway Administration, which must approve the move, said on Wednesday it approved the required environmental assessment. The agency will review public comments submitted by September 9th, which is next month. It did not give a timeline for its decision, but the Metropolitan Transportation Authority said the fee could come into effect up to 10 months after approval is granted. That period would be for system design and implementation. Congestion pricing is good for the environment, good for the public, good for public transportation, and good for New York and the region. MTA CEO General Lieber said, "Yeah, passenger vehicle drivers could pay $9 to $23 to enter a peak times, while overnight tolls could be as little as $5. Drivers could apply existing bridge and tunnel tolls to congestion charges. The environmental assessment released Wednesday found the charge would cut traffic, improve air quality, make buses more reliable, and increase transit use by 1 to 2%. The toll would generate one between $1 to $1.5 billion a year and support $15 billion in debt financing for mass transit improvement. Not sure how that's going to work, but um, Riders Alliance, a transit advocacy group, endorsed the move and said congestion pricing cannot happen soon enough. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be having, mixed feelings about this shit. I mean, I don't know because not too many. I don't know if anybody, because people are gonna basically say that they can't afford certain stuff, but I get it. I mean, but I'm not really listen. I'm not going to take any sides here. I'm not taking any sides on anything. So it's more like a yes and no type thing. It's more like a yes and no type thing. So you know what I mean. But anyway, man, I think that's gonna really. I don't know, man. It's probably gonna rub people the wrong way, but we'll see. All right. So more problems for young gut. More problems for the music artist Young Thug. So this is what's going on here, folks. Young Thug's legal problems continue to mount now that he is being sued by a concert promoter for keeping money and missing a show because he's in jail. Despite being locked up on RICO charges, Young Thug is being sued by a concert promoter who had to who had to cancel a show because the artist is incarcerated. Before being arrested with 27 others, including the protege Gunna, Young Thug was booked by A1 Concert to do a show at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta on June 18th. That's crazy, man. This is the craziest shit. Wow. A1 agreed to pay the rapper's company YSL Touring LLC $300,000 for a 45-minute Young Thug set, paying $150,000 in January as a down payment. But since the artist was unable to make the concert, A1 is demanding the upfront payment be returned. According to the lawsuit, on or about May 9th of this year, 2022, the Fulton County District Attorney Office announced that it had arrested Williams on a 56 count indictment involving serious felonies offenses, including but not limited to drug possession, RICO, which stands for Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, and murder. Um, on May 12, 2022, Graham received an email from Trey Fizo, Executive VP Arena Programming for the Atlanta Hawks and State Farm Arena, informing that the venue was canceling the performance due to the headline artist Young Thug's recent indictment on multiple felonies and his current incarceration without bail. It continued. The complaint further stated due to his arrest and the nature of the felony criminal charges against Williams, it was immediately apparent in May 2022 that he would not be able to perform as required in the agreement. Additional charges of participating in street gang activity, possession of a firearm while committing a felony, possession of a machine gun, and 3 counts of violating Georgia's Controlled Substances Act were later added. His lawyer denies all of the allegations against his client. A1 contends there was a breach of contract after the artist's team did not give back the money, knowing their artist was not able to perform. Graham reached out to YSL seeking reimbursement of the $150,000 that was previously tendered to YSL to secure Williams' presence at the performance, the claim read. Although Graham was assured that he would receive a refund of the funds, no funds were ever sent to Graham or A1 concert. The lawsuit asserts, in quote, due to defendant's failure to perform or alternatively reimburse plaintiff as required by the agreement, plaintiff has suffered unnecessary damages and expenses in an amount of no less than $150,000 and is entitled to compensatory hold on compensatory damages, cost, prejudgment, interest, expenses, and attorney's fees from defendants. Defendants will remain in breach, and plaintiff will continue to accrue damages until the matter is successfully resolved. So, no spokesperson on behalf of the artist has come forward with a comment on the lawsuit. First, Casanova ruins his music career. Now, Young Thug and Gunna. Are you serious, man? Damn, they really fucked up their career, man. Their shit is down in the fucking toilet right now. No wonder his crazy ass is fucking hurt. Okay, most the moral of the story, folks, if you do something very stupid, you do something very stupid, like commit a crime or whatever case scenario may be, you're gonna end up in fucking prison anyway. And young Thug's case, Gun is in prison too, so they both did something stupid. like seriously, they both did some wild shit though, man. But anyway, man, let's get into another subject and matter here. Let's see, let's see. Um, yes, we have a mega bus accident in New Jersey that we have to discuss here. So here's what's happening here. Here's what's happening here. So, so this took place in Philadelphia. Actually, well, two people were killed when a megabus from New York to Philadelphia crashed on the New Jersey Turnpike on Tuesday. At least three others, including the bus driver, were seriously hurt. The driver of the double-decker bus apparently lost control and struck a Ford F-150 pickup truck passing in an adjacent lane, said New Jersey State Police Sergeant Lawrence Peel. The bus then veered off the southboard New Jersey Turnpike and overturned on the entrance ramp to the Thomas Edison Service Plaza in Woodbridge Township, Middlesex County, at around 7 p.m., according to the investigation. New Jersey State Police say 22 passengers were on board. They identified the deceased as 66-year-old Cecilia Kayanitsa of Woodbury, New Jersey, and 59-year-old Cheryl Johnson from the Bronx, from Bronx, New York. Driver, a 56-year-old man from Westville, New Jersey, was seriously injured, along with two other passengers. No injuries were reported for the driver of the truck. Passengers who were injured were ultimately taken the rest of the way to Philadelphia. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Megabus has yet to publicly comment on the incident. This is the second crash involving a Megabus coach this year. In May 27, people were hurt when a Megabus from New York to Washington, D.C. overturned on I-95 in Maryland. Damn, that sucks, man. That sucks, man. That really sucks. Um, let's see. Yeah, that really sucks right there, man. Anyway, so let's get to all right. All right, let's go to okay, let's go to Memphis Bleak. Let's go to Memphis Bleak. Um, all right, so okay, here's what's happening here. Wait a second. So Eminem murder you on your own shit. Nas mockingly rap on his Jay Z diss Ether. The murder in question was Jay Z's song Renegade from his 2001 hit record The Blueprint. Renegade features four verses, with two belonging to the ever elusive Eminem. Upon release, the track caused a massive debate about who had the best verse, Hove or M. However, 2 decades later, Memphis Bleak offered his thoughts on the matter, and his opinion may have changed. During the visit to the Justin Credible podcast, Bleak was asked about Renegade and questioned who he thought came out on top lyrically. Memphis Bleak danced around the question for a second, explaining that at the time he felt Hope's lyrics went over people's heads. You are really trying to spark some drama. Everybody, of course, I feel like certain songs, J records, be over people's heads. The former Rockefeller rapper expressed to Justin Credible, I guess not at the time. To me, the streets and everybody, the public opinion, of course, says Eminem, right? At that time. Bleak then admits that he believes Jay Z's verses were the better of the two, stating that his verses have aged better. Go back and listen to that record today. I bet y'all gonna agree it's Jay Z. It's Jay because Jay was talking something that was so far off, excuse me, what you even understood or comprehend that you didn't know what he was talking about, he said. Hold on. All right, Jay Money. I see you. What's up with you? Anyway, Jay-Z and Eminem's verses on Renegade focus on different subjects, while Hove spits about the deadbeat father and growing up um, impoverished and rhymed about the media's obsession with him at the time. The classic track was featured on Jay-Z's 2001 effort, The Blueprint, which was released on September 11th. The album would sell almost 500,000 during its first week and reigned supreme as the number one album in the country for 3 consecutive weeks. The Blueprint would ultimately be certified 2 times platinum by the RIAA. Of course, you can watch the full episode of Memphis Bleak's appearance on the Justin Credible podcast above. Of course, you can go to the YouTube channel, man. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure you'll like it though. And streaming platforms wherever you get your podcasts. All right. All right. Hold on. So let's see. So we got All right. So hang on a minute. Up next is Jay Worthy and Harry Fraud. What kind of name is that? Oh shit. Hold on a minute here. Oh my gosh, wait a second. So we okay, so Jay Worthy and Harry Fraud team up once again to release their new collaborative album, You Take the Credit, We'll Take the Check. An official follow up to Worthy and Fraud's 2020 joint project, Eat When You're Hungry, Sleep When You Are Tired. The 14-track album features the previously released single Helicopter Homicide. Whoa. As well as guest appearances from Conway the Machine Currency, Band-Aid, Lonnie Bands, Kamaya, Larry June, ASAP 12E, as well as others. We did this album in the Hamptons on some real player shit, Jay Worthy said in the press release. We wilded it out, ate good, swam and rode bikes. It was a beautiful experience to say the least. Harry Fraud added, "This album is the second chapter in me and Worthy's musical story. The last project was the appetizer, and this is the main course. We've refined the sound this time around and zeroed in on the lavish textures that complement Jay's manual full of game told through his raps, all the way down to the cover art, which is a view from inside the diner off the last album's cover. Um, the title is a sentiment we both share. Fuck the credit, give us the bread, because at the end of the day, you can't pay your bills with clout. That's true. That is super true. That is so true, man. Yeah, that is so true right there, man. All right, so so up next, let's see. Mayhem Lauren and Derringer have tapped Conway the Machine for a real New York link up in their new video for Red Pesto premiering above. The single is set to be featured on Mayhem and Derringer's joint project Black Vladimir, hitting August 26th, which is this Friday coming up. It'll mark the first release on Mayhem's own label imprint, Black Truffle Enterprises. Oh shit! Oh man, when discussing Black Truffle, oh man, when discussing how the track came together upon its release last Friday, Lauren explained a Griselda um, encounter started it all. I went to Buffalo to kick it with Griselda. It was a Halloween show, and West Side Gun brought out me and Prodigy, the late great Prodigy of Mob Deep as special guests. He said afterward, I would I was in Buffalo for a few days with Derringer, Conway, and West Side Gun making some music. West saw the chemistry I had with Derringer and suggested we should do an album together. The first three songs we made in Derringer's house. All of Griselda was there, and it bore witness to the process, which is why you hear them doing ad libs on songs they're not even on. It was natural, fun, easy, and it just flowed. The grit of both Queens and Buffalo can be felt throughout. Red Pesto from the grimy Derringer beat to Conway and Mayhem's verses stick to myself because I trust me. Mayhem spits on the hook, laying the perfect runway for the precise bars. Conway goes on to deliver in back half. The two make great partners, and Red Pesto is another exciting prelude for Black Vladimir, which will also feature Action Bronson, West Side Gun, Flea Lord, and more. Of course, you can watch Mayhem, Lauren, and Derringer's new video, Red Pesto, featuring Conway the Machine, up top. Yeah, you can go to the YouTube. Hold on. Yeah, you can go to the YouTube channel of Mayhem Lauren. So go subscribe over there as well. Anyway, so let's see. Let's see. Um, let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, wait, Drake is secretly a billionaire. So here's what's going on here. Drake is hiding his status as a billionaire, according to Nicki Minaj. In a video posted to our Instagram stories on Tuesday, August 9th, Nicki alluded to the OVO sound hitmaker secretly being worth 10 figures while on a private jet. This is what happens when you got a rich, I'm sorry, a very rich Canadian friend who is the only billionaire that I know that don't want people to know he a billionaire. She said in the clip. Eagle-eyed fans also noticed the Queen rapper liked a tweet that read, "Shout out to Drake for being a billionaire too, even though you ain't want to know, even though you ain't want no one to know." Crying face emojis. Um, while online estimates put his net worth at around $250 million, Drake has certainly proven his earning power since rising to fame over a decade ago. Wow. Despite the negative impact waged, waged, waged on the music industry by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Toronto native still pulled in a reported $14.2 million in 2020, followed by a staggering $50 million in 2021. That latter figure was seemingly a little white by Drake's calculations, though, judging by his crying face emoji reaction. In any case, Drizzy hasn't been shy in flaunting his wealth lately. In March, he splashed $70 million on a swanky 20,000 square foot Beverly Crest mansion that previously belonged to British pop star. High stakes bets have also become something of a norm for the 35-year-old who has wagered over $1 billion in virtual currency with the mixed success since joining the online gambling platform Stake last December. Drake wouldn't be the only billionaire in hip hop. Jay-Z became the first rapper to join the Billionaire Boys Club in June 2019, thanks to his various stakes in Tidal, Uber, Armand de Brignac, and um, the Usain, as well as his $75 million music catalog. Kanye West followed suit in April 2020 thanks largely to his Yeezy fashion empire. Ye has since surpassed his Watch the Throne running mate as the richest rapper alive with a net worth of $2 billion compared to Ho's $1.4 billion. Dr. Dre anointed himself hip hop's first billionaire following the $3 billion sale of Beats by Dre to Apple in 2014, although Forbes refuted his claim. It later emerged that Apple slashed $200 million off the price after Dre and Tyrese leaked the deal on social media. Uh, yeah, I don't blame Drake, man. That he doesn't want he doesn't want to he doesn't want anybody to know that he's a fucking billionaire. I don't blame him, man. Like you don't want to make a big deal, and then next thing you know, you don't want to get easy target off of that shit too. So that's pretty good that he actually kept that to himself, man. Not too many people would do that, so I applaud that. What else we got here? Right now, okay. Okay, this is gonna really, really sound fucking crazy, folks. But one day I was listening to one of the episodes of the least favorite podcast, and one of the individuals was talking about they was talking about a homosexual. Like what the hell? I was like, what the fuck is a homosexual? So I figured I took the liberty to actually look this up myself. So let me. This is gonna be yeah. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Wow. Anyway, man. So all right. So homosexual is actually more than one definition. It's actually more than one definition. So I'm just reading more. So for those of you who may not know what a homosexual is, here are the three definitions of it, though. So, a homosexual is a person sexually attracted to trans. Oh shit! Oh man! And the next definition, punning on bum. Oh shit! A person of an unkempt appearance, anonymous with metrosexual. Yeah. Oh man. Oh my gosh. You know what though, man? I'm not listen. Metrosexual. Listen, I'll probably. You know what? Hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here. Let's look up what the hell is a fucking metrosexual for a second here, man. This is so fucking ridiculous. Oh shit. This is so fucking ridiculous right now. I can't even stop laughing though. But um so okay, what the hell is a metrosexual? Hold on, metrosexual. I'm looking this up right now actually. For those of you who may not. Okay, so metrosexual. For those of you who may or may not ever heard of this word before, I'm gonna actually look at the definition right here for you folks out there. So, metrosexual is a young urban um, heterosexual male with liberal political views and interest in fashion and a refined sense of taste. Now, urban, I did find out months ago it means black, of course. So it's not. It's listen, it's not a fucking bad word. I did understand why a lot of people were making a big deal out of the word urban. Urban means black. Like, what are you? You're making a big deal out of the wrong shit. Let me think about it though. Oh man, nah, man. But I just had to get that out there. But anyway. And speaking of funny, speaking of funny, I'm gonna say that fucking snack shit for another time. So let's get into Laz Alonso. All right. Okay. Laz Alonso. Okay. The NAACP Image Award winning actor Laz Alonso is staying true to his love for hip hop within his role as Mother's Milk. Mother's Milk in an Amazon Prime's uncanny superhero series, The Boys. During an exclusive interview with Hip Hop DX, Alonzo spoke on the hip hop inspired graphic tees worn by his character throughout the Emmy nominated series' third season. From wearing an iconic Wu Tang Clan logo tee to a Tupac tee, Alonzo says, "What I'm trying to do is give you an Easter egg to hip hop fans and basically describe where MM is and and what's going on in the story based on upon the artist on my shirt and what songs are playing." Alonso also spoke on the difference between this season's hip hop representation compared to its predecessor. The last couple of seasons were just artists this season. I wanted to take it a little deeper and do songs. We did fight the power. We did self destruction from the Stop the Violence movement that BDP kind of spearheaded back in the day, and did Childish Gambino's "This Is America." We picked and choose and chose songs that were very in line with what was going on in the story. Deeming the decision for the standout teams as a nod to hip hop, Alonzo made it clear that his character MM Mother's Milk, which I don't know why his character's name is that, is from Harlem. So I wanted to somehow build Harlem into the character. So what's the best way to do it without him even opening his mouth? I wanted you to see and feel New York. What defines New York, in my opinion, is hip hop culture. That's true. That's actually true. I actually agree with this. He continued this season, and I wanted to give a shout out to the late great DMX, who passed away while we were filming this season, and the Rough Riders who lost DMX. We also brought in NWA this season. It has always been been artists that define New York, and now it's not the only artists that define New York, but artists in general that help define the story. He also spoke about his continued creative input in the series and shared his process of choosing what his character wears, from footwear to clothing. For him, the goal is to get the viewers talking about what they see. I'll send artists to our costume director, he shared. I I take the artists and the songs, and he'll have his team design the shirts, and then we'll send them to Sony Legal and Amazon Legal and see what gets approved. What doesn't get approved? sometimes they say, well, approve it if you make this change, and sometimes they don't approve it at all. He added it's different things that you have to go through with legal clearance. There were some artists that we wanted that didn't get approved for whatever reason. Alonzo also revealed that one shirt in particular needed many altercations to really convey the important message that he wanted viewers to receive after seeing it on Mother's Milk. With the this is America shirt, you got the map of the USA, and it says "This is America" over it. He said, "When I got it back, I said add some gunshots over it." So he added some gunshots. Then I said, "Make it look like the glass is shattering." Unsatisfied with only three gunshot resembling holes in the shirt, Alonzo told the designer, "Nah, in America, there's a lot more shots busting off than that." Then he sent it back with 50 shots, and I'm like, "Nah, that's too many shots." We ended up with like 10 shots. Alonzo's point was to convey a message about what was going on in America at the time, especially with the tragic mass shootings and senseless police shootings. The funny thing is, the T-shirts have always been the hero for MM for the last three seasons. He said, "This season, the footwear became the hero. Everybody was talking about the Jordans, and I felt bad. I'm like, what's up with the shirts? Nobody's talking about the shirts. The Boys has just been renewed for its fourth season, according to Variety. In the meantime, season three is available on Amazon Prime. You can also watch it anytime on Amazon Prime Video or any other streaming platform whatsoever." So there you go, right there. Um, all right, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Um, all right. You can get into yes, Black Panther 2. Let's get into Black Panther 2. All right. So, all right. So, a new promotional art from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever shows a detailed look at Ironheart's Mark One costume. Dominique Thorne will be making her debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Riri Williams, and Ryan Coogler's upcoming Black Panther sequel. Her appearance in the movie. Hold on. Her appearance in the movie in the movie will lead to the events of her television series Ironheart, which will premiere on Disney Plus next year as part of Phase 5 of the MCU. Not much is currently known about Williams' place in the MCU, except for the fact that she will be suiting up in Wakanda Forever before Ironheart, and her appearance in the film isn't just a mere cameo. In the first Black Panther, Wakanda Forever trailer, Williams interacts with Shuri, aka Letitia Wright, which possibly hints at her suit being powered by Wakandan technology. There's also a brief shot of Williams building her suit and constructing the infamous heart-shaped arc reactor, but no full glimpse of her suit was revealed to the public. By the way, folks, Wakanda is not really a real place. It's basically a fictional place for the movie. It's not really a real place, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. Um, so let's see. Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's not a real thing though. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Technology.
Yes, there's also a brief shot of Williams building her suit and constructing the infamous heart-shaped art reactor, but no full glimpse of her suit was revealed to the public. So, thanks to MCU facility, no, yeah, yeah, the first look at Riri Williams' Mark One suit as Ironheart through promotional art has been revealed. The aforementioned heart-shaped art reactor is in the middle of the suit and resembles as much of a handmade suit as when Tony Stark built his Mark One suit to escape the clutches of the Ten Rings in the first Iron Man movie. There are a few notable differences between Tony Stark's Mark One suit and Riri Williams. The biggest one is that it does not have a helmet. Instead, wearing goggles to protect her eyes, the suit also feels more custom made and less bulky than Stark's Mark One and isn't a fully fleshed iron suit. It looks more flexible than when Stark first built his suit. In Iron Man, the suit was indeed bulletproof and strong, but Stark's movements were inside of it were rigid and limited. Williams seems to have greater control over her movements with her own spin on Mark One, and it's clear that this will not be the last suit she will build as Iron Man's successor. Ironheart set photos reveal her full armor falls more in line with Iron Man's classic look than her Mark One suit in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But since her appearance in the upcoming sequel will be her MCU debut, it's only fair that her character gets her origin suit before she expands as the MCU's next Iron Man in her own series. If that is the case, then she will surely appear in Arm- Armor Wars alongside Don Cheadle's War Machine, which, according to the actor, will have announcements made very soon. Okay, if I hear anything else, I will act any more details and stuff. I will actually bring it to you on the New York podcast right there, though, man. So let's make some noise for Dominique Thorne for being the next superhero, and having her own TV series and having a cameo in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie, which by the way comes out November the 11th of this year. So mark your calendars, all right? Let's make some noise. All right, Um, up next, um, what we got up next. Up next is the okay. Up next, Kyla Pratt. All right, so let's take a look here. So parody comedy films are looking to return to the forefront of Hollywood, and James Michael Cummings, Not Another Church movie, wants to spearhead the revolution. And it's starring Kyla Pratt, Vivica A. Fox, Lamorne Morris, Mickey Rourke, Tisha Campbell, Kevin Daniels, Jasmine Guy from A Different World, and Damu Malik. Not Another Church movie will be directed by Johnny Mack and Cummings. The film's premise follows an ambitious character named Taylor Ferry, um, played by Kevin Daniels, who is sent on a mission from God, tasked to tell his family's stories and assist in bringing hope to his community. Ferry will be challenged through his journey by the devil, played by Mickey Rourke, looking to thwart his ambitions. Cummings, known for his work in City on a Hill, will serve as the movie's producer alongside Jim Cardwell and Paul Selba. In addition, Valerie McCaffrey has been selected as the film's executive producer. Cummings has declared that not another church movie will reunite the parody comedy genre and spoof well known movies in the industry, such as projects from Tyler Perry. The parody comedy is making a huge comeback, and not another church movie is stepping up to lead the charge. Cummings expressed to Deadline, Mac's interpretation of outlandish comedies pays homage to such well known movies, including the works of Keenan Ivory Wayans, Robert Townsend, and Tyler Perry. While not given a specific release date yet, the comedy is set to be released in spring 2023, which is next year. And which is next year. So, um, let's see. Oh yeah, Candy Funhouse. Let's get to that. Candy Funhouse. Let's get to that one. Let's get the camp. Let's get to that one right there, man. So, um, as you may know, um, note to self. The name of this episode 177 is okay. So the name of this episode is "Go Nuts with Cheese on Candies," and this is pertaining to our next topic, the last topic, actually, if you will. So this is Canadian Candy Company is offering a 100 case outreach for a chief taste tester. Well, listen to this. Oh man, hold on. Okay, so all right, so do you have a sweet tooth? Does your significant other or your kids have an even bigger one? Now might be the time to cash in on your family's guilty pleasure, as Canadian candy store Candy Funhouse claims it is hiring its first ever chief candy officer. The sweets shop apparently isn't skimping on salary either. The job listing on LinkedIn indicates that the new chief candy officer will be offered $100,000 annually. Wow. Wow. The chief candy officer will be responsible for taste testing more than 3,500 different types of candy monthly while deciding if these sweets are Candy Funhouse worthy, the company indicates. That's probably like one of the, that's probably, it may sound like an easy job, but it may sound like a hard choice to make. You know what I'm saying? It might be difficult to choose which particular candy is actually you know the best fit. So oh man. So Candy Funhouse says it is Canada's largest online candy store. It's based in Toronto. Yes. It it carries sweet favorites like Laffy Taffy, Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which is one of my favorites, Kit Kats, and Kit Kats. There are some eligibility requirements for the position. Anyone residing in North America over the age of 5 can apply for this role, according to the company. The position can be remote, or the candidate can work from either the Toronto office or the office in Newark, New Jersey, which is too far for me. Um, Candidates will be put through an extensive palate training to test their sense of taste. The listing details. Candy Funhouse insists it is looking for a chief candy officer with who is enthusiastic, has no food allergies, and has golden taste buds. And of course, yeah, you can follow them on Twitter as well. Um, Yeah, and this is what they tweeted here. So hiring chief candy officer. Are you passionate about candy, pop culture? Why you keep? I hate when this shows up, man. Hold on, hold on. Give me a minute. All right, where was I? Where the hell? Where was I? Oh, there it is. Wait, where? Hold on a minute here. Yes, yes, chief candy officer. Are you passionate about candy, pop culture, and fun? Get paid six figures to lead a candyologist. Job is open. Oh shit. Job is open um to ages 5 and up. You can even apply on behalf of your kid. Hashtag dream job, hashtag hiring, slash hashtag careers, and hashtag candy. So that's pretty much what this is. And the deadline to apply is August 31st. So there you go, right there. So wanted sweet or sour, dream job, taste tester, chief candy officer, make money, lead our candyologist in all things fun. Um, of course, ages 5 and up. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Um, candyologist. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man, candyologist. I can't believe they made up that word, man. I don't know if that's in the dictionary, but but I kind of got an idea on what a candyologist is. So anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it. Anyway, so the double CO won't have to worry about cavities either. Why? That's because Candy Funhouse will provide extensive dental care. It says all you need is a passion for candy, pop culture, and sweet tooth. The posting reads. Candidates can apply to the position on LinkedIn before the deadline of August 31st, 2022. The company indicates. Candy Funhouse CEO Jamal Ajazi said in a press release that candidates should have an underlying enthusiasm and eagerness for sweets. The executive said the company is looking for a creative, natural born leader with an open mind and honest opinions. Here at Candy Funhouse, we're all about fun. And who better to set our funhouse strategy than someone that is a real candy fanatic, the CEO said. Whoever lands this position better be ready for the ride of their lives and to have chocolate flowing through their veins, the CEO also said in the same press. This reminds me of not only Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, folks. You It also reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. You know what I mean? Yo. Oh man. You know that all that sweet chocolate and shit. Wow. I don't know. Um oh my gosh. Um yes. Yes, I'm thrilled for all the candy adventures we have planned. The chief The chief taste tester isn't the only position that's currently open. The company indicates it is also looking for a social media personality, a Shopify developer, and a search engine optimization copywriter. So you got plenty of time to apply before August 31st, all right? So
So do it now this week, man. Do it now this week, man. Because this week, and of course, you got until before the 31st, which is the deadline. So there you go, right there. Let's see. Let's see if I cover the bases here. Um, let's see if I cover the bases. Um, oh man. Let's see if I cover the bases for the topics in episode 177. Let's check. Um, yeah, I think I covered. I think I covered everything. I think I covered everything. I think I covered everything right here. All right, so I think I covered everything in episode 177. You'd like to make a charitable donation to my Cash App to support this show right here, and of course my other shows. You more than welcome to make a charitable donation on any amount of money you decide to choose will be appreciated. Any amount you are comfortable giving will be appreciated and acknowledged. All right. You don't have to have a lot of money to show more support, folks. Um it's all about doing the best you can as a human being on whatever you decide. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, so I want to get to a little thing that I'd like to call. Hold on a minute here. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. All right. All right. So this was a great episode today, actually. So I figured, make it more interesting. I've already made it interesting enough in every episode anyway. What I'm saying. Anyway, let's get to string choices on the go right here, man. Let's go. You like what you heard in today's episode 177 or any previous episodes whatsoever? Go ahead and show some love by following Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my sports podcast, which is the sports edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. In a couple of days, I might end up adding a word to the topic. No, not the topic, but to the title on the YouTube channel page. However, the user name for Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast is going to stay the same, and it's just a word I'm going to add. So I'm not going to say what it is. So you would have to stick around to my sports podcast in a future episode to find out. So go ahead and follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the sports edition show. And of course, you can follow the review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, alongside of myself, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. So, and make sure you turn on your notifications for any updates, any details on each episode that's dropping on a weekly basis, and of course, be sure to keep a lookout for any important details of information that I will provide here. So anyway, man, let's get to and you can also by the way, man, I did add a link to the link tree involving the Crown Act, website, which is basically a petition about ending hair discrimination in workplaces, schools, and other places. So, um, so so check out the petition. Go ahead and share and sign the petition to end hair discrimination. It's very important. Um, it's very important to actually make a difference. I mean, I already did the petition already, um, and this was started by Dove and various companies that actually partnered um, to collab. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go ahead and check out the website right here, which is in my link tree link in the bio, www.thecrownact.com, where you see sign the petition, and you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Facebook as well. So there you go, right there, www.thecrownact.com. Go check out that petition. It's very important to end hair discrimination. People are tired of this shit, man. People are tired of this shit. Enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, man, I figured I just, you know, remind people, because I just actually briefly actually talked about it in episode 175 and 176. So I'm actually, mentioning this website to you folks out there who follow me and the podcast on Instagram as well. So there you go, right there. You can also leave a voice message for me if you have any questions, any topic ideas, and if you like to be a guest on this show right here. Um, whether you have something to promote, whether you want to be a guest co-host to chime in on the topics that I have. So you can DM me at gmoneystacks555 in Queens, New York. Um, and or you can go to this email right here, man. Off the meat rack Chainz New York podcast at gmail.com, man. That's what NY stands for, New York. So there you go, right there. Off the meat rack Chainz NY podcast at gmail.com. So there you go, right there, man. You just let me know what day you are free to do this, and I will send you a link from StreamYard to invite you to the live stream. So there you go, right there, man. And listen. Don't worry about looking crazy or anything like that whatsoever. It's not about that, man. It's about coming as you are. That's the most important thing, man. Come as you are, like the Nirvana song says. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So speaking of the link in bio, especially including Anchor, that's where we're gonna start with right here. So you can listen to the New York podcast episodes on, of course, Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Play FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podo Polo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. You can leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and Spotify as well. That would be appreciated though. And leave a review, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, feedback is important, And you can listen to Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast episodes on Radio Public alongside with iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. You can also follow my other podcast shows that I do on a weekly basis, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, the Sports Edition show, which will get a change real soon. You would have to stick around for a future episode of the Sports Edition Show podcast show. So basically, basically, stay tuned for that right there. And you can also follow Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show right there. So there you go, right there. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button. Tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes with the topics that's being discussed. And if you miss any new or previous episodes, don't worry. Everything is posted to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555, where you see the New York episodes already uploaded and posted to the channel's page. So be sure you stream, listen, download these episodes, share the episodes, share the videos, and be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Word of mouth is important. Spread the word. And of course, make sure you share the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your friends, and the people that you are cool with from work and wherever places you meet people. You know what I'm saying? Also, like I always say at the end of the show, the grind does not stop. Hard work pays off. New York wasn't built in a day. Trust the process, and whatever you are creating, whether you are content creator like myself, and whether you are a radio personality or TV personality, whatever it is that you are creating, whatsoever, um, you know, you could find something that makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's the most important thing. And for the most part, don't forget to find your voice, be confident in what you do. Consistency is important, like I've been doing for the past couple months. And I am actually going to be proud of myself when I reach 200 episodes. But like I said before, the 200 episode is going to be more like a reflection episode. It's not going to be anything too big with all this crazy mess that's going on right now, the whole coronavirus shit and monkeypox shit that's going on and stuff. So, it's better to play things. It's better to play things safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying. So there it is, right there, man. And of course, man. If you need help with trying to start a podcast, you can DM me at gmoneystacks555. I'll gladly include the equipment and the software and all that other stuff like I include in the podcast free game mechanism segment, which I'm not going to do today actually, because I have to get prepped for another episode of this New York podcast in a couple minutes. So there you have it right there, man. Look, folks, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in to this episode 177 of the New York podcast episode. Of course, it really means a lot to me that some of y'all were able to tune in. I know some of y'all are working. I get it, but at the same time, don't worry. Everything's going to be uploaded and posted to every streaming platform and the YouTube channel page. So don't worry about that, man. Yeah, so I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening, tuning in and rocking with me. And I will be back with another episode full great topics, serious and funny episodes, man. So you know what I'm saying? And by the way, man, find your way to get in your zone to make yourself happy. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do it for don't just do it for clout. Don't just do it for the fame. Don't just do it for the money or anything like that, man. You gotta find your what, whens, whys, how, all that other stuff, man. And share your story. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I, I actually said this numerous of times that I started this podcast because it's therapeutic to me. It's like being in therapy and keeping a journal, you know what I'm saying? And those things are very, 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 very important. I mean, keeping a journal and stuff is very important. So I feel that it is the need for me to actually relieve people from stressful stuff, like stressful shit from work, stressful shit from ridiculous, you know, mass shootings or whatever case scenario may be, man. Because all that stuff can be mentally exhausting, and I kind of get it though, man. Like for me, you gotta have a balance between having serious stories and funny stories. Because if you don't have funny stories or funny topics or whatever, then it's going to get a little stale. You don't want your podcast to be stale if you talking about politics all day long. That's not gonna help. So you know what I'm saying? Anyway, man. Anyway, so that's basically all I had to say right here, man. I'm out of here. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much for listening and rocking and hanging with me on the 177th episode. And like I said, I'll be back with another episode. So stay tuned. Peace and one love. And have yourselves a good night, folks.